Alright, let's see if this is working. Alright, let's see if this is working. That's super loud. Okay. I'm gonna start out just by opening one chest. And wow. Is that like worth anything? That is pretty lucky. And on stream if it's working. Doesn't look like it is. But wow, okay, that's actually super cool. On stream, I guess I will keep that. I finished the Pauper League. I think I went 3-2 after mulliganing to 4 a bunch. So let's try another one. 80 play points because I made it all back. Wow. Okay, that's actually super cool. I guess I will keep that. Alright, so I guess I haven't changed up the deck since a lot of people have been saying that you should play prismatic strands. I just haven't really gotten around to it. But I guess I'm gonna see how it goes. People have been saying online that it has a much worse matchup now with Green Stompy becoming a little bit better and the whole burning tree, burning tree, burning tree, burning tree on like turn 2. But I have confidence that my deck can still win. My sideboard tech is a little unusual, but it has 4 circles of protection because most people can't really deal with it. I had an affinity matchup yesterday with, the whole ATOG fling, and my circle protection red just, got me through for the rest of the game. They just couldn't win. I just was able to burn them out. So I think my sideboard's pretty good, but I've been liking the Prismatic Strand tech, mostly because Firebolt has felt a little meh to me. Like, the only times it really comes in handy is against control, and at that point, I guess, that's only one matchup. Oh wow, he rolled a 1, I rolled a 3. I feel like there's no high rolls in this game. So this is weird. So I can cycle a Forgotten Cave, but I really need, I have no artifacts at all, so I can't use any of my guys to my advantage. So I think I'm going to mull this. And this is 100 times better. I can turn 1 Thraben, turn 2 Ichor, and then I have Prophetic as well, and let's see what's on top. Firebolt, I don't know what he's playing, and I kind of want the removal just in case, so I'm going to put it on top. Because I have a feeling, it could be like Green Stompy or something. If he plays like a turn 1 Corrin Ranger, I'd love to just shut that down. So we'll play a Thraben and see what happens. So it is Control, which is one of the matchups that I said I kind of liked. It did mostly because they play like Mole Drifter, stuff like that, and I could just shoot it down. But let's attack him first. So this is one of those situations where I don't quite know whether I want to play Ichor or Prophetic, but usually I like Ichor just in case I draw into the Rebirth, because it feels so much better. If I need the colored mana, then I'll play the Prophetic Prism, but usually I can survive a turn or 2. Alright, Preordain, Classic. I'm just hoping he's digging for something, maybe he doesn't have Disfigure or anything. And then of course the other big thing I gotta watch out for is Echoing Decay and everything like that is a little. Oh, look at that! See, that's what I was talking about. So I'll play the Cthulhu Rebirth on the Ichor Wellspring. He probably can't do anything about it, and I'm hoping I draw a land. Maybe he has, I don't know, Spell Pierce? No. Ooh, perfect, a land. Alright, so we get these. I'll play a land, go to combat, get in for 1. And then after combat, I'm just going to play one of the Prophetic Prisms, draw a card. Since I can do the clue at instant speed, I want to get rid of the stuff that I don't need at instant speed right now. And Core Skyfisher. So this is one of those. Wow, okay. think that stopped. So the Seagate's gonna block at least one of my guys, but I can Firebolt it after, and he's kind of like open to that. I guess I'm not that bummed out about losing my Thraben. Or I guess I won't lose the Thraben because it's a 1/2. I'll lose one of my goblins, but I'll kill his blocker since he can block everything eventually. So I guess I'll let that go through. And then I will Firebolt it to get rid of it. And then if I might have played the Core Skyfisher and then gotten back to Thraben Inspector if I had the extra mana, since I had the Prophetic Prism to give me another white. But since I attacked with Thraben, since I had the Firebolt, I kind of lost out on that opportunity. But that's fine because I can just get Prophetic Prism, play it again. I also am like opening myself up to a big rally turn where I can just rally and swing in with everybody. So another Seagate Oracle kind of messes that up. I guess I got another Firebolt. So the first thing I'll do is I'll play a Prophetic Prism. Maybe I can draw a land or something like a Bolt, which will make it even better. There's a land, so I'm not gonna be able to use that land because I'm gonna use it to bolt his guy. But I will have it for next turn and maybe another land drop. So we let this happen, and then we just Firebolt it again, and we go on to the next turn. So with only 3 mana, because I'm not going to get 6 for 2 turns, I'm only going to be able to do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage in 1 turn. And with the Seagate Oracle, I'm not going to be able to do like anything in 1 turn. So I guess we'll see if we can dig for like a bolt once again. Ooh, Doomblade. Alright, that's not good. Okay. Ooh, perfect, Lightning Bolt. So first, let's Prophetic Prism just in case. Let's Lightning Bolt the Seagate Oracle. Let's play the Ancient Den. We can't really. Let's just play the Prophetic Prism for now. There we go, and then we'll attack for 2. So the good thing about having like the tokens is that it kind of wastes a lot of resources on the tokens when I wasted like virtually nothing since I drew off of a Ichor Wellspring. See, Moldrift. This is why I like the flashback of Firebolt, and I can cast it too. So, black, I'm just gonna assume he has Disfigure. Like that's usually what this list has. It has like 2 Disfigures, and so if they're on black, then they probably have 2 Disfigures. See, there it is. So all I get is Moldrifter, and then I guess I swing in for 1. Maybe in a turn or 2, I might be able to swing in for like 5, but that's not that good. I think at this point I want to try to save up my burn spells to burn him. If I can like make him waste his resources on my creatures, like see like a Chainer's Edict on a token is real feel bad. Reaping the Greaves for 2. So I guess get back to Seagate and the Moldrifter. So you got, yeah, Seagate and Moldrifter, and then he only has 1 mana left, so maybe I can get something done here. That works. Alright, so we're going to play the Ichor Wellspring first. We don't really care. Oh, another Rebirth? That actually could be really good for us. So I'm a little worried about the Echoing Decay. Like, that's a actual big thing. So I'm not going to play the second Rebirth, since that, like, really leaves me open. But drawing into a Glinthawk was pretty good. So he can play the Moldrifter and block it, but to play the Moldrifter, that's 5 mana, which will leave him with 2. So if he draws a land, he could play both creatures, but I think I'm in a really good spot if he does do that. This is probably the better. See if you can find a land, probably, and then play the Moldrifter. No, Doomblade, okay. Now he's left with 2 blue, so he could have a counterspell. And it looks like he probably does if he's passing it to me. So I guess we'll start out with Prophetic Prism. If we can draw like a Bolt, then I feel a little safer about playing the other goblins, but I think let's attack and then maybe we can get a Rally the Peasants out. I mean, we have 4 of them basically since they have flashback. That worked. Now he has that 4. So if I draw into a Galvanic Blast, I just can win. Especially since he didn't return a life gain land. Alright, so see, Changer's Edict. Just, sacrifice that guy. If he can't get rid of this, I mean, he probably can. Yeah, there you go. So I have the Firebolt as backup. So if I draw into like a Bolt, oh, I see, that's where it gets bad. I guess I'll put the Rebirth up. So the good news is I still have an actual draw, because I can just sacrifice the clue that I've been saving. And there's a Galvanic Blast. But it's a little worrisome, because he probably has a counterspell. I could risk it, but I guess I'd rather not. So I'm going to play the Rebirth first on one of the Prisms. And then I guess I'll pass it, since I can make red whenever I want. Preordain. Sure. I guess I'm gonna rally and force him to have something, and when he uses that, I'll Galvanic Blast at that point. So it looks like he still has the Mole Drifter. And it looks like he's gonna play the Mole Drifter. Yeah. I guess he wants that extra blocker. It still leaves him up with 3 mana. And it's still gonna leave him with like taking a lot of damage from me. Alright, so that life gain. So I think we should risk it right now, because that life gain's pretty bad. If he wants to counter, he can counter. But then that leaves me open on my turn. If not, oh, there we go. So he never had the counter to begin with. So here's where it gets weird. I definitely want the Battle Screech. Like, that's really good. Electricity it gets kind of bad since he has a lot of X, like 1/3, 2/2s. So that's why, again, my Journey to Nowhere also kind of feels bad, because like I can kill all of his guys with my burn spells. So I like bringing in Molten Rain here, because every once in a while he'll have the Aqueduct, and I can just blow up and get a 2-for-1 with the Aqueduct. So just because it's like better than Journey to Nowhere in this matchup. Plus it does 2 damage of burn, which can be really nice. I think I like this. Keep. So I can play the Windscarred Crag, because I'm not going to do anything that turn anyway. Radiant Fountain into Prophetic, and then I can return it with a Glinthawk, and all of a sudden my combos are on. So let's do that. Whoops. Healed. Alright, so probably a counterspell, but if he wants to counter my Prophetic Prism, like, I'm just gonna let him. I highly doubt he will, but you never know. Some people are just like that. So there we go. Thraben, I kind of like that. So I can't play the Thraben and the Glinthawk next turn. In fact, that kind of feels bad. I might be able to draw into something good. No. So let's play the Thraben first, because it's less threatening, but it's also like a threat. So he might not counter it, but he might end up using wasting like a counter spell or something, or a removal spell. So after that, that's it for now. Maybe an end step Disfigure? Doomblade. See, that's what I mean. He wasted a Doomblade on that. Although, ooh, I hope I draw into my Molten Rain. Although, he has mana up for a counterspell, so let's play this first. And then let's play the Glinthawk, hope it resolves. This is what I mean. Yeah, counterspell. So I guess we'll wait till his turn, maybe we can kill something he has, and then we'll draw with the clue. Because right now we're packing a lot of burn. We could go up to, what is this? 8, 14, 15, 16 damage off of burn spells. So he might turn into a burn deck, but I still need that extra 7 damage, 8 damage. Stormbound Geist. I had forgotten about this card. So I kind of want to use the Firebolt for it. Ooh, okay. So if I grab the Molten Rain, I'm in a really good spot. Let me draw off Clue to a Cthulhu Rebirth. Okay, I don't think I need the Prophetic Prism. Battle Screech is amazing, but I'm a little worried about what he has to answer. So I'm gonna What's Firebolt? Since this is really just a war of attrition. If he wants to waste his clock, I don't mind. Alright, I'm dying. Then let's Cathedral Rebirth. The Prophetic Prism. And then let's Lightning Bolt his Stormbound Geist. And then finish with this turn. So I do waste 2 spells on it, but that was really pesky. I forgot about that. Maybe I should board back in the Journey to Nowhere if there's a game 3. So he's down to 4 cards. And he looks like he's digging, putting something on the bottom. And on the bottom. So he is digging for something. Probably digging for like Echoing Truth. He probably brought in another one since I'm playing Cthulhu tokens. Archaeomancer. I would assume maybe the Counterspell or Doomblade he wants to bring back. The Preordain away, so he's really digging for something. And he's now tapped out. If I draw a land, I'm probably going to play the Battle Screech, keeping up a kill spell. So I can't do anything with that Glinthawk. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bolt his Archaeomancer. And then I'm just going to swing out for 3. And so now I'm going to hope that he's really just stuck on whatever's in his hand. And so I kind of have the advantage here. But I guess we'll see what happens. I would be nice to draw into some artifacts. Another Preordain. Let's see. Bottom. Top. Okay, so he drew something he wanted. Which could be the Radiant Fountain. Chittering Rats. Sure. Targeting me. I'm going to just Galvanic Blast them. Okay, Battle Screech on top. So he might have Shrivel, but I think these people usually play Echoing Decay instead. So I'm just gonna Battle Screech now. Try to get as ahead as I can, and maybe he won't have an answer. Really. Plus I can keep the rest of the Battle Screech in the grave, and if I draw another one and another white creature, I can always flash it back. So I don't play all of it. I'll play half of it now. I can't play all of it anyway. If I draw one artifact, the Glinthawk should help me kind of draw out a bunch of stuff, because I can artifact, Glinthawk, artifact again. I don't have the mana for that, but I'm thinking if I get an artifact, then I'll probably draw into a land. Nausea. Okay. There it is. And another Stormbound Geist. Okay. Oh. What is this? Okay. Sure, end step. Rally the Peasants. That does not help me at all. Do I have anything in my graveyard? Ooh, I have a Firebolt. I can flash. I can't flash it back. Alright, I guess I'm kind of just stuck here. Alright. So, Chittering Rats. Here's where it gets real bad. I don't want him to have those. I guess I'm going to keep it on board. He probably doesn't have Ghostly Flicker. So I lose my draw step. That card is annoying. I guess I take 3. My go, I draw into it again. It's just yield. So he has 3 cards in hand. So if I can get something on the board, if I feel good, but he probably has like counters, so like he'll probably counter whatever I try to play. Molten Rain. Let's just play that. The Dimir Aqueduct. Draw out his counter spell. Yeah, exactly. But I'm glad he has to counter that and not like creature. So maybe I can eventually climb back up. Alright. Take another 5. Radiant Fountain. Alright, so I guess now I can just flash back the Firebolt at least, and I'll just kill the Chittering Rats. If I had some artifact lands, that might be a little bit better. What is he gonna do? Cycle Barrenmore. Okay, sure. Okay, so he's dead. If he reaps the graves, I think it's just over. Because if he gets like 3 Cheering Rats, I just won't draw into anything ever again. Muldrifter, playing it. Okay. Swinging for 3. Of course. Damage, main, and... Alright, there we go, a Prophetic Prism. So let's do the colors on it. Into an Ancient Den. Cool. Glinthawk, probably gonna counter this. Ooh, he did not. Alright, let's get back the Prophetic Prism. And then let's play the Prophetic Prism. So I doubt he has a counterspell. Doomblade, sure. So you're only down to 1 mana. So I'm probably gonna end up Galvanic Blasting his Muldrifter, since it won't come back with Undying. Storm count 5, so he has Reaping the Graves in hand. That's nice to know. Or at least I think that's how Moto works. I don't actually know how the Storm count on Moto works. Seagate Oracle. Sure. What is this? 5 mana for another Muldrifter. But he's tapped out, but I don't know if I can really climb back from this. I'd need, like, the perfect sequence. Like, Ichor into Cthulhu into Ichor into Cthulhu, probably. And the land. And then I can... I don't know, I guess if he has Shrivel, it's kind of bad. But here we go. Battle Screech is something. Yield until end of turn. Radiant Fountain. He has a lot of cards in hand compared to me. Alright, so let's block the Muldrifter and just kill the Muldrifter. And then take 1, 2, 3, 4. Main and another but he's playing the Muldrifter. Okay, let's see what I draw. Nothing. Alright, so I think we just lose. Sideboard. So I think we should bring back in the Journey to Nowheres. Let's take out the Molten Rain because it costs 3. Let's take out a Rally. I think Rally might help us. Let's keep the Rally in. Alright, yes, I'd like to play first. This is pretty good. This is really good, actually. Alright, so we Windscarred, Great Furnace, Ichor, Cthulhu, eventually play the Boros Garrison. So let's see if he has anything in the beginning turns. Just a swamp. So, another Cthulhu Rebirth. That could be good. It could be overextending. Who knows? So what did I get? Another Ichor Wellspring? Okay, so this is ending up being a good game for tokens, but I am worried he has like Shrivel in his hand. If I had a land and the Molten Rain, I would be a very happy person. Alright, so let's Cthulhu Rebirth the Ichor Wellspring. Yield. Drawing a Lightning Bolt. And then let's Boros Garrison the Artifact land, that way it doesn't come back untapped. And then you can go to the next turn. So I'll probably keep... Well, I guess I have 3 Rebirths in hand. So I might play a second Rebirth, try to draw out a Shrivel. You might put it now, because it's a sorcery. Seagate Oracle. So I'm just going to bolt the Seagate Oracle now, and kind of see if I can just, like, quickly get some damage in. We'll just bolt it now, since it doesn't really matter. And yield. So let's play the Great Furnace. Let's get in an Acre Wellspring. And then let's get in another Rebirth. Since we have a Battle Screech and a Rebirth in hand, Galvanic Blast is good in case he has the Echoing Decay. And then attack for 3. Yield. So he has a lot of cards in hand, so chances are high he has something like Shrivel, but it'll cost him 2 mana to play, and then he'll only have 2 mana left, and he has a Dimir Aqueduct, so he can't realistically keep up a counterspell. Preordained, so that's pretty good. Let's see if he's digging. Top, so either he found something, either he found it, or he's digging, or he found that Preordain, and he figures he might as well take the Preordain, which digs him 1 more deeper. Bottom. So he is in fact deeping. I would say he's digging. I would say he's digging for a Shrivel. And that he didn't find anything. He lost out on a lot. So let's play the Radiant Fountain. Let's attack for 6. If I had the rally, this would be game right here. And then let's play the Prophetic Prism, because that's probably a good idea. And a Firebolt. Okay, so we have a lot of burn, so we can probably kill him with burn if he plays a Shrivel. We can do... Okay, so we can't quite do... We don't have Metalcraft, so we can only do 6 damage with this. But if he doesn't have the Shrivel, he plays, like, let's say, like a Seagate Oracle, then I'm in a really good position to just win with burn. Otherwise, we might have to draw Forgotten Cave, see if we can draw into a artifact. Okay. Let's draw with Forgotten Cave. Into a Journey to Nowhere. That would be nice if he plays... Okay, so that Bolt is probably my saving grace. So let's first attack, see what he has. Doesn't look like he has anything. And then let's Firebolt him. Do I see like a counterspell coming, or... Hydroblast. Okay, so let's Galvanic Blast you. And then we will Galvanic Blast you again. And add red and Lightning Bolt you. And that's the match. Well, that's all I'm going to stream for now. Thanks for joining me. And I hope you enjoyed my Pauper matches.